everyone. So today I did this look using the new Huda Beauty Emerald Obsessions palette. These are a new holiday release from Huda Beauty, and this is a 9-pan eyeshadow palette. These are quite a bit like the other Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes, so you get 9 shades here. These ones that she released, they are $35 Canadian, and you can pick them up at Sephora. You can pick them up off of the Huda Beauty website. And anyway, these shades, or the palettes that she's released, are more monochromatic eyeshadow palette. So she has the Emerald Obsessions, I think she has the Sapphire Obsessions, Amethyst. So there's like a purple-y tone palette, a red tone palette. This one is the green tone palette, and like I said, very monochromatic. So I picked up the green palette. Reason being is I've been obsessed with green lately, and one thing I'm gonna say about this palette, it is really, really nice, but where it is monochromatic, I tend to dip into other eyeshadow palettes when using this. So like I'll go in with like a neutral palette and then just pick one of the greens to use, and that's kind of how I've been enjoying using this palette. But today I did do this look using entirely this palette. So anyway, I think that it's pretty good value. You do get 9 shades for $35 Canadian. I already said that. And they are pretty compact. You can just pack this in your makeup bag, travel with it, do whatever. I think the formula is pretty good. The one shade that I do have a little bit of an issue with in this palette is this mint green shade here. And it's not unusual to have problems with like more pastel shades, but I find that this shade can be a little bit patchy, hard to blend. But other than that, the rest of the shades are really pretty and easy to use, and I will insert swatches here. So here's a quick look at the swatches, starting from the first 3 boxes. These are the middle 3 and then the last 3. As you can see, this shade here didn't really swatch well. That's that mint green shade. And also the dark matte green also didn't really swatch well. But this is what the shades look like. Yeah, so if you guys want to see how I did this makeup look, just keep watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Morphe M441 brush, which looks like this. It's a fluffy blender brush, and I'm going to go into that mint green shade, and I'm going to place that in my crease and up all the way into the inner corner, and I'm just going to keep pressing that in. And my eyes have already been prepped with MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and then I just used a cream shadow to set that in place. So this shade you're really gonna have to kind of tap in. I find it's really hard to blend. So like it'll be patchy, there will be places where the pigment doesn't pick up as much. This is gonna kind of set the base for, you know, the shape that you want it, whatnot. So the next thing I'm gonna do is, this is a Morphe M513 brush, and I'm gonna go into this darker green shade. It's almost like a teal, a little bit more green than teal, but anyway. And I'm placing this on top of that minty green shade that we just placed down. Those two shades build onto each other pretty nicely. Like, that's a pretty bright, vivid, greeny blue shade. All right, so now I'm gonna take, this is a Morphe M573 brush. It's kind of a pointed crease brush, and I'm gonna go into this darker green, it's kind of like a olivey brown green shade. And I'm gonna pick that up on my brush and I'm gonna place that on the outer corner. So I want most of the pigment to be on the outer corner, and then I'm gonna blend up into the crease. And just keep adding that dark green till it covers the pastel. See, on this side you can't really see as much of the pastel color. Next thing I'm going to do, this is a Sigma eye shading brush, the E55, and I'm going to go into this color here, that matte kind of teal. I keep calling it teal. I don't know. It's a color. And I'm putting that on the lid where there is no other color. I'm working my way from inner corner to outer corner, and you're just going to pat that on with this brush. And I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you can see there's a little bit of fine glitter in that, and that is just fallout from the colors around it in the palette. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to go into this shade right here. And I'm placing that on top of where I put that teal green color. Oh, sorry, I'm out of frame. And I'm just using my finger to get the maximum payoff. And then I'm going to go in with a brush to do like the fine detailed edges in a minute. And the brush I'm going to use is the Morphe JH40 brush. And I'm just going to bring that up into my crease a little bit where I have hooded eyes. I generally do this with my shimmery shadows just to make my eyelid appear a little bit bigger. Needs all the help it can get. And now I'm gonna go in with a BH Cosmetics number 8 brush. It's kind of just a pencil brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade right here, the darker green shimmery shade. And I'm gonna place that on my outer corner of my lid. And I'm gonna bring that into where I stopped the yellow. And then I'm gonna take a flat brush, and this is just a NYX number 14 brush, and I'm gonna take that same green shade and I'm just gonna pack it on a little bit more in this outer corner. And then I'm going to flip the brush around and use the other side for that light shimmery green color, this one. I'm just going to go over that harsh line just to kind of even out the color a little bit. And then I'm going to take this is an E45 brush from Sigma, and I'm just going to take a little bit more of that dark green matte color, this one. And I'm going to kind of go around the edges of the lid shades just to deepen it up a little bit. And I'm also doing this because I'm trying to match both sides where I didn't do them at the same time. It can get difficult to match the two. Alright, so this is the look that we have so far. I am going to add a brow bone shade, and since this palette doesn't really have any cream shades for that, I'm going to go in with just another shade that I have. This is the Urban Decay X Kirsten Leanne palette, and I'm just going to go into the shade Lucy here to use as a brow bone highlight. And this is just a matte cream shade. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go put on the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be back to finish off the look. And for the lower lash line, I'm going to take, this is a Wet n Wild crease brush. Wouldn't be a tutorial from me if I didn't use this brush. And I'm going to go into this dark shade down here. And placing that on my lower lash line, going into a little bit of that teal shade. And I'm just blending it into almost the inner corner, just probably the bottom 2/3. Then I'm going to take the highlight shade that I used on my face, which is this Becca Shimmering Skin in the shade Vanilla Quartz. And I'm just going to take a little pencil brush if I can find one. That's always an issue. And I'm just placing that on my inner corner. Now you can use whatever highlight that you want. This one kind of has a little bit of a creamy gold shift to it, so it kind of goes with the green very well. I'm going to use the same pencil brush. I'm just going to go in with this shimmery shade again, and I'm just going to connect right there between the inner corner highlight and the darker shades on the bottom lash line. And I'm going to go in with a black eyeliner on the bottom lash line, and I'm just going to line my waterline. Try to do this in focus. I almost need, like, if I was good at holding a mirror, I could totally do this and be in focus, but I am not one of those girls that can do both, you know, hold a mirror and do eyeliner. Alright, so then I'm just gonna add some mascara to my lash line, and I will be back. Alright, so now that I have my mascara on, this is the finished look. You could use false eyelashes for this, but I don't personally wear them on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, this is the finished look, and I'm going to zoom you out and show you what I have on the rest of my face. Alright, so on the rest of my face I have a mix of foundation. I have the NARS Naturally Radiant Longwear Foundation mixed with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. And I also have set it with the Peach Perfect Setting Powder from Too Faced. And for bronzer, I have the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. This is the shade Bronzer. For blush, I have the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in the shade Plum Rose, which is a really pretty cool tone pink. And for highlight, of course, I have the Becca Vanilla Quartz highlighter. I love this shade. I've just been using that like mad. On my eyelashes, I have the Colossal Mascara from Maybelline. And on my lips, I have the L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in the shade Full Blown Fawn. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and yeah, if you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, comment, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.